Hello, and welcome to Mercury. Oh my, wait for that plane to go by. Hello, and welcome to Mercury. Oh my, wait for that plane to go by. Hello, and welcome to Mercury. Oh my, wait for that plane to go by. I don't know why I get feedback lately. I gotta go in and fix my mic settings. Just give me a sec. Seems like we're having nothing but issues lately. Okay, here we go. So, on our last episode, our field is starting to grow. And we're going to run over, and it's very late here where I'm at, and I got to get up early in the morning. So this is just going to be a quick stream. I was just waiting for everyone else to finish up with their streams. And I really want to get this field completed today. Now, there are a lot of new maps out due to it being the mod contest. And there's one map that I've been looking forward to coming out, and it's out. It's called Greenwich Valley. So I may or may not. I got two options. I can start another series on that one and have 3 series running. Or another thing I was looking at doing was selling everything off on this map and moving over to that one. And I'll bring it in. Same rules apply. I can either sell off all the equipment we got, or I could just go in. I can sell off all the fields we have here, all the property that we own, and keep the vehicles, and we'll have the vehicles transported over to the new map. But the only thing is I was looking at the area that I would like to purchase, so I don't know if we sell off all of the land and all of our, like the silo and the sheds and the house. We may have enough. We may have enough to purchase the piece of land that I want to buy. Now, this piece of land does come with 2 fields. They're going to be smaller than the ones we have now, so I'm depending on these 2 crops to come in good. And we can make a good profit on them to help us. So I'm not going to be purchasing anything else. But, like I said, I haven't really decided yet. Oh, that's no worries, Wayne, man. That's no worries. So, now it is still another European map, but it's a lot bigger than this. Well, it's the same size. It's a 2X map because it is on the mod hub. But there's a lot more fields. A lot more. And I think this series would do a lot better. We would have more contract options. And I think it's a really great map. And this map has been out for a while. I'm late getting at it. And there have been a lot of YouTubers doing the map now, where Greenwich Valley is brand new. I'd like to get at it right away. So what I might do is... see, I'm deciding when I get this field in, just to advance this over to that map. What I might do is I might just fast forward some time just to get these crops grown. There'll be nothing else done on this farm. I'll do it offline. I won't do it online. And I'll just advance the time in-game just long enough to get these 2 crops grown. And then we'll come back on the next episode. We'll harvest the fields. We'll sell off the crops. Sell everything that we can sell, minus the equipment. I'm actually going to keep the equipment that we have. Or I may sell it. I'm not sure yet. Like, I think I'll keep the 2 tractors for sure and the harvester. because they're good. They're working good for us. And or I might just sell everything off and we'll start over again. But see, if we start selling off all the vehicles, we're not going to get the value what we paid for them, because they do have hours on them now. And then we got to go buy brand new vehicles, so that's going to cost even more, and I don't know if we'll be able to afford it. So what I might do is I might just keep all the equipment that we own. Any leased equipment will go back. The loan amount won't change, so we still owe the £500,000, and that will remain. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Any suggestions? What do you think, Wayne? I mean, I'm not going to break any of my rules. I'll still keep it all at slow, and all my settings will remain the same. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to write down every setting I got, and when I start up the new map, we'll sell everything in-game here on the next episode of what I'm going to sell, like the crop and all that. And then everyone will see that balance. Then on the next episode after that, we will be over at that farm. I will have all the equipment already in, and whatever balance that we have after we sell what we're going to sell on this map, that will be our balance that everyone will see on the screen. Then we will go buy the farm yard that I want to buy. And I think that's how we'll do it. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm glad. I was just joking when I made that comment, but Pat will probably say, you know, should I let him test it? I'll say yes, man. Like, that's why I said after, you know, they're great guys, right? But yeah, like, I was already talking to Pat about that. I knew you guys were interested, and I basically said to him, you know, not only do you want someone to solo test it, you also want, like, this map that you have, most people that play it are multiplayers. They put it up on a multiplayer server, so that's where you need to test it, right? And where you and Tony got an FS17 multiplayer server, who better to test it, right? And that's where, you know, like, I can have a map and everything can work on a solo player, and then soon as you put it into a multiplayer, go look at the error logs and you'll see all the errors you're getting. Because me and Papa did it with Mercury Farm already. Papa put it up on his FS17 server, and there was 800 and some odd errors in the log. Now, we tried to explain to Pat. Now, I don't know if he went back and fixed them, and they're not major errors, but it can slow the map down. When he's writing out a name of something that he's making or whatnot, he's putting spaces in, and it counts them spaces as an error. Oh, I'll come by whenever I can, man, if you want someone else to come in and test it with you. Alright, just send me a link to download the mods, or however you want to send them to me, and I'll come on when I can. Now, my schedule is, well, you know the way my schedule is. I don't know until the day comes on what my schedule's going to be like. But yeah, I don't mind giving you a hand. I'll have that garbage truck back to him now tomorrow. I just want to tidy it up a bit. He wanted the logo of Waste Management on the white cab on the doors. And I'm just messing with that a bit, because the way the texture of that truck is, it's like a wrapped texture. So to try to pinpoint exactly where that logo would go is not easy, just to go in and edit the texture. So what you need to do is you almost need to make a new logo, put it in, load it into Giant's editor, and place it on the tractor or on the truck that way. Yeah, exactly. Maybe he might even come on as well, you know. Pat needs to take time out sometimes and go actually play his map, So that way he can say, okay, yeah, geez, I see what everyone's saying. Around here it's lagging a bit. Then he can go into the Giants editor and all that and find out, okay, well, why is it lagging? What's going on, you know? I mean, what it is he's got so many factories on that. I think it's a 4X map, maybe. And there's so many factories around that center block. And because there's so many factories around that center block and so many objects, some of them areas get very laggy, especially when you're running multiplayer and you have a lot of equipment. All the lumber's there, all the pallets are on the map, they all count as objects. All the bales, then you got a lot of forestry, and forestry is hard on the game. And we all know it. And that's a big part of his map is forestry, because you need them logs. And see, the thing is what you got to do as you're cutting the trees down, you got to get rid of them stumps. It's the stumps that are causing the majority of the lag, because they're counting. As soon as you cut that tree, it's an object. You got two objects. You got the tree trunk itself, and you got the tree itself, and then you got the trunk that's still in the ground. So you need to get rid of it as soon as possible. Yeah, well, you get to test it and see how it performs when you're doing a live stream, you know. Like, even when Nick and them were live streaming, well, they weren't live streaming it, they were recording it and putting it up. And even towards the end, when they started getting into the factory stuff, and towards, you know, like after the 10th episode, they were starting to have lag issues. And I think a lot of it can be fixed. What I would do is I would up the amount of material you get from one log. And that's only a simple change in the XML file. And when I was actually playing the map, that's what I did. I went in and I changed the XML to make the quantity of a processed log equal more lumber. So that way I didn't have to cut down as many trees and count them as objects. And I found, I mean, I was running over 1,000 mods at the time. All of his mods plus all the ones I had, and as a solo player it worked great. Hey Ray, how you doing, buddy? What do you mean, no is not? Good to see you back, buddy. Always glad to see Ray here. But yeah, I really like that map. I hope he gets it converted over to 19. There's things in 19 that I really enjoy, and there's things in 17 that I really like. And eventually, the factories are going to come into 19, and seasons is going to come into 19, and all that, and it's going to be good. Right? I think if I had to make one major complaint about 19, I would have to say the sky textures. Like, look at the sky. And you look at the sky that was in 17. The sky in 17 was so much better. So much better. It looked fabulous. Now, what do I like in 19 better? I think the grass textures are better in 19. The land textures are better. The graphics in general are better. But I think one of the major things that they need to fix for version Farming Sim 21 is if they want to keep the moving clouds. Like, I mean, I'm looking up at them clouds. You can't see them. Well, they move a little bit as you go at 5 speed. But you don't really see them move unless you're at 120 speed and you see them zipping across the sky, right? But, I mean, I remember some of my best screenshots of Farming Simulator 17 were early in the morning when the sun was just coming up and you'd have that red sky, or late at night when the sun was going down and you'd have that red sky. They were some of the best pictures I got in that. But, yeah. And I think eventually they'll You know, by the time they get to farming sim, I don't know, 49, 51 maybe, they'll probably have a lot of the irons, a lot of the everything ironed out, maybe. Or they might just put themselves deeper in. Alright, I think we got enough seed to get that last little tiny bit down here done. Then we'll go over and we'll fill this up with seed again. And I got to go around just to make sure I got it, because I might not have turned that on. Alright, let's shut it off and we'll go over and grab the seed. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're good tonight, Ray. Always good to hear that you're good, buddy. Alright, hopefully now we'll take all the seed. Yeah, we did. That's good. That's what I was hoping for. So now we got this crop seeded. Now we just got to keep an eye out now and make sure that we get it fertilized. And keep an eye out for the weeds. So that's what I'm going to get the 2 tractors ready for now, because the other field is already looked after with weeds and fertilizer. Now we just got to keep an eye on that field. So if you're just joining us, Ray, what I was saying to everyone was a lot of new maps today came out with the mod contest started. And I'm actually thinking about, once we get these 2 fields harvested, I'm still going to keep all the same rules and concepts that I got starting from scratch and all that. We're actually going to start selling off almost everything. We're going to keep all the equipment. And there's a map that I was waiting to come out, and it's out. I mean, I can always go start another series on that map, but then I got 3 series running, and then I'm trying to get my Farming Simulator 17 one going again. And I think it's just too much. So what I might do, where this map is a bit older now, and it's been out a while, a lot of people have played it. I'm actually thinking about taking the map that I want to play, and what we'll do is we'll basically move this farm over to that one. So basically what it is the economy here is shot, and a lot of the local farmers are moving to this new town, and apparently the economy over there is really great. And I think in the best interest of the future of our farm is to actually do what the other farmers around here are doing, and they're moving to Greenwich Valley. And I've been thinking hard about it, and I think that's our best option. So like stuff like this here, we got 2 bags of seeds here. We'll take them with us. We got some herbicide over here. So whatever we got here, we'll go over to the new farm. We'll sell the shed. We'll sell the 2 sheds. We'll return the leased weeder, because we don't own it. All the other equipment that we own will come with us. We'll sell off all the buildings. We'll sell off all the land we have. And then we'll use that money to purchase the new farm over in the other map. Now, I was looking at that map, and that map comes with a really nice farm. It's already got a couple of sheds on it. And it's got a farmhouse. And it comes with 2 fields. So we're going to lose capacity on our fields, because the fields over there are... It won't be as big as the 2 we have here now. So we are going to struggle again at first. But I think it's the right thing to do. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this John Deere, and I'm going to... No, I can't use the John Deere. That's right. Not with this. This got to go on the small. So we'll drop that here. The John Deere is actually going to do the weeding, because we'll be able to run over the field to do the weeding with the crop with these tires on. And that's the first thing to be done. Then once Once that's done, then we'll worry about getting that field fertilized. Now, what's this? What are you stuck on? Why are you not moving? Oh, it's stuck on that, that's why. No, it can't be that. It can't be. Let me try unfolding it and see if it'll move. And we'll fold it back up again. There we go. If there's a will, there's a way. What are you saying, Wayne? You met a few modders through Papa, and then they started introducing me to other modders. Just a great year so far. Oh, yeah. That's it, you know. Once you start meeting a few, you get to know them all. And, you know, the best thing about that is, as a content creator, getting to know modders and that, when they got stuff that they're building, and even though it's not fully complete, but it's almost complete, sometimes they come to us creators and they say, listen, I would love for you to test my map, or would you mind taking my tractor in your series and using it to show people what it looks like? It's not quite done yet, it's still work in progress, but, you know, it's still WIP, as they call it, but it gives you a chance to view it before anybody else, you know. But you got to have that relationship built up with the modders, because, you know, if you were to get something like that from a modder, they don't want it out there, so they want you to keep it personal. So it didn't take long for this field to start growing. Now I'm just going to go in on the map here, and we're going to have a look at the weed situation in the field. And as of right now, there's no weeds, and we got first stage of fertilizer all the way through. So we'll keep these two on for now. And we own nothing else here. Nothing here we can sell off yet. Yeah, exactly. Look at Pat getting you to test his map. And, you know, then when he starts converting it over to 19 when the scripts come out, then he's going to need testers for that as well. So let's shut this tractor off, and we'll run back to the farm, and we'll get our other tractor now and get the fertilizer sprayer on it and get that brought up here. Now, I'll make sure, I'm pretty sure, I think we do have a full load of fertilizer in that sprayer. But we'll check there now. So our other field here now, I think, is fully ready to be harvested. And it is. So we can actually start the harvest on this field. And we're just going to sell it right off. And if we can make straw, I don't think we can make straw on this one because this is our soybean. But up in our other field, we can make straw. We're going to make straw, and we're going to sell all that off as well. Every bit of it. Every single bit. Now, we got one bag of fertilizer left here. Let's run over and grab our little tractor here. And this is the one we got the row crop tires on. So, this is the right one to use the fertilizer sprayer. Once I get this up to the field, or actually I might get this ready. I'll check to make sure that we're full of fertilizer. And we're not, so we'll back over here and we'll get this starting to be filled up. Hopefully we use this all up now, because that's one less thing that we will have to bring to the new farm with us. No, I didn't think it would though. Alright, so we're going to leave this here for a second, because now what we're going to do, oh my god, we're going to be doing some multitasking now. We're going to grab our harvester now and get that ready to go over to the field. our clean harvester, which won't be clean anymore. Now, we don't need to bring the header trailer all the way down there, so I'm just going to, so I got to come in from that side, so I'll just park the header trailer here next to the hedge, and we'll back in and grab that, and we'll go up to that field and start the harvesting on that field. So that should be good right here. Let's release that. So Wayne, when you stream, do you use OBS yourself as well? Are you using Streamlabs OBS? Are you using OBS.live, or are you using just standard OBS? Yeah, let me see. Let's unfold the harvester while we're on our way up there. Oh, you met Tony a year ago. Wow. So did you guys meet through like Farming Simulator, or was he streaming and you caught one of his streams or something? Like, how did you guys meet? That needs to go to the header. There we go. I'll do a quick go around, so that way our worker won't have much trouble turning. OBS Studio, yeah. I use this right now is on OBS.live. I'm not fussy with it, and mostly for recording I'll use OBS Studio, and for doing my live streams I usually use Streamlabs OBS. But that's because I used to like the themes and all that came with it. But a lot of the themes are generic, and what I like about what I'm doing here is I made all the thumbnails and all that myself, and it just personalizes it a bit more. I don't think we can. I always try it. I know I couldn't, but it's worth a shot. When you set your bit rate for streaming, what's your bit rate set at? Like, how high do you go with your bit rate? Like, I set mine at 5,000, and then my max bit rate at 6. Now, I find my streams, like, they don't normally freeze up or anything, and they're usually always in the green. So, hopefully that's a plus. Oh, okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah, watching the same streams and that together and all that, yeah. Like, I met Pat through, I started watching Nick the Hick. And I used to watch all Nick the Hick's mods, and then I seen this Mercury Farms series that they were doing. And I started watching that, and then I think it was around episode 5 or 6 or whatnot, Pat came on. And they were talking about how Night Cop 34, he's the creator of this map and all that. So Nick left a link to his YouTube page. Now, at the time, I did not know Nick. I wasn't streaming or recording or anything with Nick, doing his live, you know, doing his recording streams at the time, right? I was just a viewer, just like everybody else. So anyway, I clicked on the link to Pet's channel, and I saw all the videos on how he was creating his map. So I started from part 1, and I watched every bit of them, and then as I was watching them, and I binged watched them, oh, you know, every one. I skipped a bit of parts because a lot of them were 3, 4, 5 hours long, but I watched them, gave thumbs up and all that. And then one day I was on, and he went live. And I started talking, and me and Pat hit it off, and basically found out I was into programming and all that, so he asked me to do a few things for him with his product trailers and all that, and I done it for him, sent it back. He was quite impressed with the job I did, and we just became like, I call them online friends, you know, because that's what you guys are. Like, I mean, I don't know you guys personally and anything like that, but as an online community, you're my friends online. And so then, through Pat's channel, I got introduced to Dean, or Somerset Gaming. And we were talking one day, and we were talking about Nick, and he looked at me and he said, I think Nick might be looking for someone to join our crew. And I said, geez, I'd be interested. Like, I watch him all the time. I'd love to go on and play. And that's how I ended up meeting Nick. Yeah, exactly. You got to be active. Yeah, exactly. And that's like myself. I mean, when I'm there, I'm pretty active. I like joking around and having a laugh and all that. Like, I don't want to be one of these sticklers complaining and all this crap. When I go in on a chat, I like joking around, having a bit of fun. I try to be very careful because I don't want people to get offended or anything like that. You don't want to go in and offend anyone. And sometimes that can happen, But I just like having fun, and I'm different. Like, when I'm streaming with Nick and them, I'm laughing and joking around, and I find, I go back and I watch my streams and I say, my God, you're so serious. Especially when I was doing the recordings, but when you're here by yourself and you're doing a stream or you're doing a recording and, you're playing for the audience, but it's still hard to get in and act like a fool sometimes, right? But sometimes that brings viewers. I watch one guy and he plays Major League Baseball, or MLB The Show, and every second word out of his mouth is a curse word, and he can be winning the game and he's still cursing, and I laugh so much at it. I can sit down and binge watch it, and it's because his personality on his video is just hilarious. My wife will be in the other room and she'll say, "Who's cursing so much?" I'll say, "Oh, that's on YouTube." Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's, Nick is very competitive. And that's what I like about Nick, Like, when it comes to his channel, and he's watching the analytics all the time and all that, and good for him. I've learned a lot from Nick and what he's told me and stuff like that, so kudos to him. Nick is good at what he does and all that, and that's how you learn, like I learn from watching other people. Now that I'm doing this, sometimes it's hard to go on and watch the Farming Simulator videos because you don't want to mimic what someone else is doing. Because then if someone comes onto your channel and they say, well, oh geez, I saw that on so-and-so's channel, And that's the worst thing about new maps coming out and all that. Everyone wants to get at them right away. And I've always steered away from that a bit. But this time, this map is out, I want to get on it, and I want to start on it tomorrow. And it's just because it's a great looking map. It's got high reviews. And I just want to play it. If no one wants to tune in and watch it, I'm still going to play it. And I'll still stream it, and I'll still do everything. But it looks like an awesome map, and I can't wait to start it. This is a great map too, right? Like, I'm actually going to keep this save file and still play on this map offline. I really am, because I like this map. Now, let me go in and have a look, see if we got weeds here yet. Turn off the fertilization for right now, because I got to keep an eye out for the weeds. So, because the weeds are the most important, I'm actually going to drop this. Let me get my controller. Where's the button? There we go. I'm going to drop this, and I'll use this tractor right now with the tipper. In my current series, I got ideas from both you and Dragon. Oh yeah, I mean, you get ideas, but you know the way you do it is going to be way different than the way I do it, or the way Dragon does it. You know, it's how you present it and how you want to present it. An idea is an idea. You know, like I never came up with the idea of doing a realistic start from scratch series. Daggerwin's done them. Virtual Farmer has done them. Mr. Sealy P has done it. A lot of YouTubers have done it. DJ Goham. They're all doing realistic series. They all did one starting from scratch. I never ever did one from starting from scratch, and I wanted to. So that's why I'm doing it. You know, it's going to be sad to leave this farm. It's a really nice map. But I'm really looking forward to the new map as well. You know, and then comes making a new playlist and making new thumbnails and all that, but you know, all that stuff don't mean anything, you know, as long as you're having fun doing it, right? Alright, let's go empty this harvester out, and while this is emptying out, I am going to go grab a quick coffee and I will be right back. All right, I'm whack. I am whacked. I am back. Now, no, let's shut this tractor off so we can save on the fuel. And let's jump in here. Now the only issue, I just thought about it actually as I was going to get my coffee. Our tractor's got hours on it, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to, like, we're not going to have them hours on the tractors. It's going to be all new. That's the only downfall. I don't know if I can go in and edit the XML. Maybe I'll go in and look. I'll load the game up. I'll get all the equipment. And we'll get all that in. And then I'll go in and I'll see if I can edit the XML and change the working hours on the equipment. No, that's what I like about it, you know. On a live stream, it is what it is. So if you make a mistake, well, that's it. You make a mistake. Alright, let's get a worker on this now. I want to go in. We got the weeds up there now, so I want to get up and get the weeds started. So we'll keep an eye on the harvester. We'll get that field up there weeded, and then we can return that leased weeder. And we don't need to worry about that no more. That'll be all looked after. Now look at that. We just ran through this crop. And now this one is ready to be harvested. All the sunflowers are ready to go. This one here was grown. No, this is our field. Never mind. There's the wheat field. I passed it. So look at the weeds we got. We got a bunch of weeds in there, that's for sure. And the best thing about this, if we get them fast enough, we won't damage our crop running over it with this tractor. Now, let's get it in gear. Because I do have crop destruction on, so I got to be careful. This is a nice weeder, actually. Hopefully I got enough money after we buy everything to actually purchase this weeder, because it's big. It covers a lot of the field. Now, I haven't really paid attention to the sizes of the fields on the other map. So that's going to be interesting, I think. I think we're still going to require smaller equipment, which is good. One of these days, I'm going to probably pick up a map after Oakfield Farms series runs its course. We'll move that over to another farm, and I'm probably going to try to pick a USA map. Hopefully there'll be some new USA maps coming out. Something that no one is doing right yet, and we'll do that as our next one in place of Oakfield Farms. And that one will be our one where we can use the big equipment, our big buds and all that stuff. Because I really want to start trying to use the iconic big buds. He's got, my icon is actually in it, so my logo for Morpheus Simulations that he created is actually in the big bud pack, so I'm looking forward. I really want to use that. Now, for some reason, we actually missed a part of this field. That's alright. It's not much. Now, I'm keeping an eye on that harvester as well, because we want to make sure that once that's full, we go back and get it done. Good day to you. Thanks for joining the stream. So if you just got here, so basically what I'm doing is we're getting these fields ready, and once we harvest both the fields, we're actually going to be selling everything off, and we're going to be moving over to a little bit of bad news came to Mercury Farms, and the economy here is starting to crash, and a lot of the farmers now are moving over to Greenwich Valley. And So I did a lot of thinking about it, and I realized, you know, if a lot of the farmers leave, then, you know, the market is not going to be there for even our crops to make a profit in that. So I decided long and hard about it. So we're actually going to go along with the other farmers, and we're going to sell off all of our buildings and all that, and we're going to keep our equipment, and we are going to head over to Greenwich Farms, or Greenwich Valley. So we're actually a bit excited about that, but also, again, you know, it's a bit sad that we're leaving this farm. It's a nice farm, but unfortunately that's the way life goes. Sometimes we don't always make the decisions, and we're going to get over to a new farm, and hopefully the market there and the land there is good. Hopefully the land is good for growing crops in. Now let me line this up, because we can start going up and down the field. I think it'll be faster and easier for me to see the weeds that way. What have you seen, Wayne? Did you see that map, or is that what you're talking about? All I see was, yeah, it's a nice well done map, actually. A lot of fields are on it. So like, even if our farm that we buy is 335,000 pounds to buy it, I believe. I think that's what it is. And it comes with 2 fields, it comes with a house and a bunch of sheds. And it even got some bunkers on it. Now it comes with no animals or nothing like that. And I don't even think there's a silo on the farm. So there may be, I don't know, I can't remember. So don't quote me on that yet. And it took me a while to figure out where the sleep point was, but then I realized you can actually go inside the house in the living room area, and that's where the sleep point is. Because I didn't think you can go into the house, and I was trying all the doors and even by a garage door, and nope, no sleep point. But then I finally put the F1 menu up, and when I got by the front door, it says open door. There was a crop duster design for FS17, but the guy that developed it for his map locked it up pretty solid so no one else could use it. And I mean, rightfully so, I guess. You know, he was the one who created it, and he wanted it for his map. So he must have done something to the code that it wouldn't allow it to work in any other map. Because I know Pat tried it on one of his, on his factory farm, and he just couldn't get it to work. And you know, I understand it's a lot of hard work, especially for something like that. There's a lot of hard work that goes into creating it. But also, I mean, if I was a modder, you know, you'd be surprised how many modders out there only make private mods. They'll give them to certain YouTubers. Some of the bigger ones get it, but that's it, and then they don't release it. You know, I remember one, I can't remember the name, and even if I did, I wouldn't announce it. But there was one guy, and he created a map, and he made a comment saying that if people wanted his map released, he needed to reach 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So it was more or less, listen, if you don't come to my YouTube and subscribe to my channel, I'm not going to release the map. Now, he did give it to one of the bigger YouTubers to do a first look on it, and it was a nice map. But because that comment was made, I would not download that map when it was released. I did not download it. I will not play it. because I think you should not use a map or a mod to try to encourage people to subscribe to your YouTube channel. You want people to subscribe to your YouTube channel, put out some content that people like watching, and hopefully people subscribe to it. I mean, we put a lot of work as creators. We put a lot of work into making videos. A lot of people that don't make videos just think, okay, well, Jesus, just go in and make a video. But no, there's a lot to it. You know, you got to spend money to use certain tools like Photoshop and all this, and you know, in order to do good quality videos, you have to have a fairly good system. So you got to spend money to make your system better and all that. You got to make sure that your internet is good. So people that had like a lower priced internet are saying, well, my God, I only got 8 megabits upload, and that's not good enough for doing live streams. So I got to go out now and go up to a higher level and all that. And of course, when you go up to a higher level on that stuff, that costs more money. And then there's the work that goes into making the video, especially when you're recording. Like when I used to record a video, so you spend an hour and a half recording the video. Then once you record the video, then you take the video and then you got to go out and you got to edit it. That requires software. Some of it is purchased. I use Photoshop and Premiere Pro. Both of them programs, you have to purchase them. They're not free to use, but they make good quality videos. Then once you edit it, then you got music. Like if you're doing a time lapse or whatnot, you want to throw a bit of music in, then you got to make sure the music you're using is not copyrighted. So one of the best ways to get non-copyrighted music is through a program called Epidemic Sound. You have to pay for that per month. It's a monthly fee to use Epidemic Sound. But they have a lot of music on there that's copyright free and is protected, and especially when you get into the stage of being monetized by YouTube, you won't lose your monetization. They won't delete your video and stuff like that. So, you know, people don't realize there's so much goes into it. There's so much preparation. And, you know, for me to edit an hour out, like I would record for an hour and a half. Then once I get that hour and a half video done, I had to create my YouTube opening. Once I created my YouTube opening, then I would take all that in, and then I would have to watch the video to see, okay, well, I did a jump cut here, so I need to cut this part of the video out and then condense it. Oh, I'm doing a time lapse on this part of the video from here to here. Then I got to bring that in and time lapse it. I used to do it at 1,000 times speed, and your standard video speed is 100. So you do all that, and then on top of all that, then you'd have to render it in Premiere Pro. That would take anywhere from, on a 45-minute video. So when my video was done, my recorded video of 45 minutes, it would take roughly an hour and 45 minutes to 2.5 hours to render that video. Then once the video was rendered, then I had to upload it to YouTube. That's another 2 hours. Then I realized on YouTube, don't make your videos show right away, because if you let them show right away, if you did your video at 1440p, your viewers are not seeing it at 1440p right away. It takes a couple of hours for YouTube to bring your video up to that quality. So, I mean, there was a lot went into it, that's for sure. But I think you got to enjoy doing it. Now, I'm going to get the John Deere here. I'll go over and grab the other tractor, and we'll get that in spot to start filling it, and then we'll put the John Deere on it. And it looks like I never did enough headlands for that worker. They're so stubborn at times. Okay, you use Lightworks, do you? Yeah, there's a lot of people, they use one called, oh, never mind, I'm not even going to say it because I forget the name of it. But there is another free one that people use as well. Now, of course, OBS is free. A lot of people use OBS, but you know what? As it becomes more popular, I can see OBS coming out and saying, okay, well, we're going to start charging a fee. Now, you can get the pro version of this, which is probably better, for a monthly fee, of course. But until they get rid of the free one, I'm going to use the free one. Alright, let's get this John Deere hooked up to this trailer. I'm going to hook up and then I'm going to move out of the way because that harvester's got some kind of collision on it that it will not move if I'm sitting there. Now, while that harvester is filling up again, we're going to jump in this one and we're going to go out and get the fertilizer sprayer attached to it. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Sometimes I'd rather just pay like if a one-time fee and here it is, you know, like. But see, these companies, they used to do it one time, but then they realized, listen, if I say to use this, I'm going to charge you $6.99 a month to use it. They know that people are going to get it, and then instead of making a one-time fee of $99, oh, I'm going into the wrong thing here. I need that over here. Instead of making $99, people are going to use it, and then when they get used to using it, they're always going to have it. So they get more money over the long time. And it's all a price gouging thing. And they know what they're doing. That's why they pay these big marketers to come up with ideas on how these companies can make more money. You know, and then they come out with the next version, which is just another feature added, and then they up the price by $2, $3 per month. And that's another, I gotta agree, there's a lot of pirated software out there that's another reason why prices are going up, because a lot of people are not getting the monthly fees now because there's pirated versions of it. But you know, what's the good of a pirated copy? You pirated copy, if there was an issue with that copy and updates need to be done, you're not getting the updates. Try to update it. If you try to update it, it's going to say, oh no, this is not a registered copy. So, I don't know what people get out of pirated software, I guess. I don't know. Maybe if you want to stay on one and keep it old, that's fine. Some companies now, I play flight simulation, and there was a company that made this aircraft. They were Flight Sim Labs, and they made a Airbus A320. Really nice plane. It was expensive to buy. It was like a one-time fee of like $150 US, which is it's a big price, you know, for just a piece of software to fly an airplane. And people started pirating it, so they did an update on it, and people started getting the update, and the way they did the key on it, they would know if it was pirated or not, and it would actually screw up your computer system, your whole flight sim. You would have to install your whole flight sim from scratch again. Now, they did get in a bit of trouble for that, because the way they accessed stuff, they basically almost like they broke into your computer and were reading files, and that's a big no-no even for companies. But they were just trying to prove a point, saying like, listen, we put out this software, it's quality software, we don't want people stealing it. See with this, with this harvester here, the collision on it is so touchy. If you're... Well, I think we're full, actually. Alright, so we can go get this dropped off now. So this is soybean. I gotta go in now and see. You used to play Flight Simulator? Yeah, I haven't been into it a lot lately because I've been using this. But, yeah, it can get expensive. Just like this, you know, every time something new comes out, a new DLC, there's this charge on it, there's that charge on it, so... Alright, so the best price we got right now is $7.97. It's going down quickly. And of course it's at the livestock market. Always is. And this one here is going up, so hopefully as this one goes down, that one's up there. So, but we are going to sell it off right away. So we can get ready for the new map. So we'll make quite a few dollars off of it anyway. Even though I thought we were going to get a lot more out of this just one field. I thought we were going to fill this harvester up a couple of times, but I was wrong. Looks like we might get 1.5 more loads. Anyway, once we get that field harvested and sold off, I'm going to end this stream, and then I'm going to advance time, and the other field will be ready to grow on tomorrow's stream. And then once we finish that, we'll start selling everything off. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I might just stop the stream and just quickly reload up the other map. And we'll go from there, and we'll start getting that other farmyard ready for the continuation of this series. Just as I'm slowly starting to get used to all the shortcuts in this farm, I'm going to move to another one. And I think the other map that we're going to has a lot more sale points than this one as well. Like a ton more. Buddy, I'm going to cut you off because I can. Alright, let's see how much we'll make off of one full tipper load of this. Welcome back, Wayne. Good to have you back, buddy. Tony never got here tonight, but I saw him on Dragon Stream and he said goodnight, so he must have went to bed. I was on the right side of the road, man. Hey, Papa, how you doing, buddy? This is in Europe, man. I'm in Europe. It's on that side of the road. In the UK. Trust me, when I first started playing these UK maps, I was tempted to come over here. Because this is what I'm used to driving like. Not on this side of the road, that's for sure. So what are you doing tonight, Papa Smurf? Having a relaxing evening? Or are you working on some new mods? Or did you see all the mods that came out today on the Mod Hub? Alright, let's go. think the harvester, well, it's almost full. It's at 72%. Yeah, load up into... I'll load the other map in, yeah, that's what I'll do. Wonder if I... Too bad I couldn't take all this grain over to the other map. Maybe the prices are better over there. I know one thing. When I move to the new map, I'm definitely not taking this worker with me. Keeping on missing parts of the field down there. Now, actually, let me go in and look at the map now and see how our... Oh, look at that. Oh, no. I did the weeding. What am I going in? I did all the weeding up there, not a worker. I got to start doing the second layer of fertilizer on that field, though. So when I get this tipper filled up and that harvester empty, we'll go up and get that fertilizing started on that field. Now, some of it we won't be able to do. Oh, man, I'm going to lose some field here now. It's on the wrong side. I should have known that. I should have emptied it. Maybe if I come here... Yeah, I won't lose as much. I'll lose a little bit. You're at the office waiting for fire strike. Okay. I don't have a clue what that means. I'll go along with you. Now I'm going to move this tractor over here out of the way so it don't get in the worker's way. We'll shut that off and let's run over right quick. The only thing about the other map, it looks bigger in this one, so there's going to be more running around, but I don't know, it looks bigger, but if it's on the mod hub, it can only be a 2x map, because that's all that people with PlayStation can use. If I'm not mistaken, Papa might be able to correct me there. Zoom out a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Make sure I get all the edges. Not totally too worried about all the edges. You don't get much crop on the edge, actually. That's what I've been finding. So, Papa, was it still raining out your way today? Or no, that was Wayne had to rain yesterday. Now, I'm only going to be able to do the part that got the field started to grow, that started growing already. I don't think it's going to do the other part because it's not in the next stage. I'll just do a quick run over it. And if it don't, I'll just come right back in quick. Yeah, see, it's not doing that at all. So let me shut that off. Let me shut that off again. Yeah, it's not doing that part. We're going to have to wait for the crop to actually start growing there in order to fertilize it. Oh, you're having voice issues. What is it, your mic? Is your mic acting up? Alright, I got most of this done, so I'm going to pop down a little bit further. I don't mind overlapping it a bit. Because once I get down here, I'm not doing any more of it. I'm not going to be doing any more. Let me line up. Back up a little. Right quick. Come on, Morpheus. Now, I gotta drive ahead of it so the worker will get into the non-fertilized stuff. And we'll hire a worker. I don't know why you're putting a light on already. Make sure you do a good job. Oh, okay. Do I have my own private one? No, never mind. I'm not an admin. I'm only a slacky. Alright, let's get some more grain in this trailer. I think some of the fields we're after contracting out had more grain in them. I thought this was going to be an oversized field. I better stay out of the way or that worker's going to skits out on me. Yeah, we had a beautiful sunny hot day here today. It's cool now. Thank God. Hopefully now the house cools down overnight because it's supposed to be warm again tomorrow. But now I do believe we're getting rain tomorrow, so. Now, see if I can follow along with the harvester. Stay out far enough that it don't stop it from colliding. No, it did. It collided. So I gotta go out a bit further. There we go. Right there. There's the sweet spot. And it's full. Keep your pipe out though, because I'll come by every now and again and get some more. Oh my God, I'm going to go in and change the XML on this harvester so the collision is not out so far. Almost got another full load. We'll get him on the next road up. So I got the Restream bot going. Papa works great now. Like all y'all are over on YouTube and I can see it all because the OBS.live only shows Twitch chat. It don't show the YouTube. Now, I'm just having a look over here now and see how the streams are going. Looks like they're going good on both, so that's good. Now, wait for this slowpoke to get down to the other end of the field here so we can get some more grain. How's our harvest, or how's our fertilizer? I checked it. They only got 13% left. Hopefully they get a lot of the field. I'm going to go ahead and look at the map and see how much they got left. Oh, that's my miss right there. I'm not worried about that. So this here part here, we'll have to wait for the crop to come up to do that. Alright. He's turned around. Now come on, let's get some work done. Now, while I'm at it, I might as well go in and check the price on the soybean again. So this one's going up. That one dropped big time since we dropped it off. So now we're going to go to the garden center. We're not going to make quite as much, but I never even noticed. Anyone notice how much we made on the last sale? I don't mind if he stops this time because I think it's going to fill us up what he got. And then we'll be off again. Now at least the garden center is not far away anyway. Yep. Nope. We didn't fill up totally. Get out of his way again. Let him get some more in him. I thought the yield on this field was going to be much better. But now I am gone back to liters too, so rather than the bushels. So we're at 76%. You know what? I'm just going to go over and fill up this. Not, I won't even fill it up all the way. I'm going to go sell it off. Oh. I'll go sell it off and we'll come back and get the rest. There's still some in that harvester, man. Why are you not giving me that? Man, this is a contrary harvester. Maybe if I wait here. It's not too far out. Forget it. Forget it. I'll go sell this. Now, I think the garden center, the fastest way to get there is through our gate that we made down here. Oh, cool. Thank you very much. I gotta talk to one of you guys now. Show me how to do that. I know how to do it on YouTube. I don't know how to do it on Twitch. I guess it's in the roles or something. There's a section there for moderators or whatnot. I guess I just put your names in there. Over on YouTube, man, you can just be here and in the chat, and I can go over and right-click on it and left-click on it or whatever it is, and it just adds you. All right, Wayne. So how are you today, Papa? Good to see you here, man. How did your day go for you? Well, it's starting to get cloudy. I hope it don't rain. I hope we can get this field finished before it starts to rain. Look at that, almost another 15,000 pounds to the bank. Oh, I better stop. I wouldn't have made it. I would not have made it. And Papa Smurf will be there laughing at me saying, look, you're banging into the vehicles again. So the harvester should be able to get all the rest of this field in its tank, and then we will dump it into the tractor here, and we'll go get that sold. I'm just going to park this right here. And I'm going to go fire that worker, and I'll do the rest of this, because they're not going to get all them little patches they missed, or they would have got them in the first place. You do a couple of headlands, you think they'd be able to make the turn and back up a bit. I mean, made sure there was enough room. They want a mile. Oh, welcome back, Wayne. Alright, so we just got this little couple of strips down here, which is not much. And then we got the other end, and then we'll get this sold off. By that time, it'll be... Oh my god, is that red in the sky? That's the first time I've seen red on the clouds in this game. We got a little bit in there, 27% full. Hopefully we'll get to 30% full by the time we get it all in. Every little bit counts right now. Papa, you would never do a mod for the mod contest, would you? I never said much, man. All I was saying was, I asked Papa how his day was going. And I just basically said that's the first time I seen red in the sky on this map. That's gone now. Oh well. I caught it for a second. Were you gone out for your puff again, Wayne? Is that where you went? Me and Dragon are we're gonna hound you to quit smoking. Alright, well we did. We made 30%. I'm glad. I guessed it, and I'm right. I'm not glad because I wanted a full harvester load. I'm not going to make money with a harvester only 30% full. Yeah, so soon as I get this sold off now, I'm going to be ending the stream anyway, Wayne. Why are you not dumping? There you go. Like I said I'll finish this field, we'll harvest this field, and we'll get this sold off, and then I'm going to end the stream. Then you can get ready to start your stream. I'll tune into your stream for a little bit. I like the storyline of yours too, you know. I'm going to leave the harvester here. I don't know how we're going to transport the harvester over. I'm not buying no flatbed, so we'll just get someone to deliver it to us for free. We'll tell them we don't have a lot of money. We're poor farmers. Alright, let's go sell this last bit, and then we'll clue up for today. And then on tomorrow's episode, we'll harvest that last field. And then we'll start selling all of the crap in our yard. And see how much money we can come up with. Hopefully enough to buy that farm over on the other map. Now, I am going to have to edit the XML file of the farm because I have to put in that we have a £500,000 loan. And that's simple enough. I can do that. Alright, I say we'll make about £2,000 on this load. 2,500. Now, I gotta remember too, Tony, if you see my stream tomorrow when I'm doing this, remind me that we got a couple of straw bales and 2 grass or hay bales over at the farm, and a couple up here that we got to sell off. But we're going to have some more straw bales anyway because we got a field of oats or barley or something growing, and that'll make straw bales. I'm going to start stripping the farm here now while I got a few viewers. So what we're going to do is, let's get back in the tractor, shut everything off, and let's jump. Well, I can stay in the tractor. So we're going to go into, wrong button. We're going to go into the garage. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to leased items. That's going back, so we're not paying no more on the lease for that. And then on the owned items, we're keeping all the equipment. I'm going to sell the chainsaw. Don't want it. Keep all that. Keep the weight. This is going to be sold. Gone. The workshop is going to be sold. I'll sell the... No, I'm going to take the pressure washer with us. I'm selling the gate. Sell all the hedges. We'll get a... I gotta hit every one of these. How many of them did I put down? I think I put down 3 on each side. But you know what? We paid for them. We're going to get our money back for them. I'm taking them up. We'll take them with us. That's how cheap I am. Alright. We're going to sell this shed. Yep. Gone. Done. The only thing I'm going to keep is the farmhouse. we need somewhere to sleep. And all the rest of it will come with us. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to write down, or I'll take a picture of everything on my phone and make sure we buy the exact same equipment. Every bit of it will be the same. Alright, so how are we doing on money so far? So we got 115,525. Now, one more thing I can do. We can go in right now and we can go to land and we can sell field 25. And we can sell field 21. I'm not going to sell field 10 yet because that's the farmyard. And we can't sell these two. So how we doing? We got 243,000, so hopefully we will have enough to purchase our farm yard up in the other map. It's not going to leave us with very much money, but thank God we got all the equipment. Alright guys, so I really appreciate you guys dropping by, watching my stream. I will be back tomorrow and we'll finish harvesting that field. Now I am going to advance the time just to get the field grown, so we're not waiting around. And we'll harvest that field, we'll sell it off, we'll make our straw bales, we'll bale them up, sell them. And then we'll come down here and we'll sell the farmhouse and the farmyard, and then we're ready to go. And everything that we have here will go over to our new farm with us. Alright guys, if you're new here, you can subscribe on my YouTube channel or follow me on Twitch, or do both. And I hope you guys all have a great rest of this day, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.